Okay, everybody, so we're finally back here at Sueño de Vida in Ecuador. This is Duque, our employee Maribel's little poodle, so cute. Anyway, okay, so come on down. Here's what we're doing. Here's what we've been preparing for. This is what I haven't been on my channel, so sorry for the pause for the last several weeks. We've been getting ready to host 6 people for a natural building and agroforestry workshop down here. People are arriving in 2 days. So what we're going to do is we're going to turn this area into a intensive raised bed. We've already got some ash and biochar burned down. We're going to do the first 2 levels with earth bags. It's a popular bioconstruction technique. There's all the earth bags packed up over there. And we're going to also be filling in with cob and plastic bottles, kind of like earthship style, but a little bit more natural. We're not going to be using cement. We're going to be using cob, which is a mixture of clay, sand, and wood shavings. Okay, so the first whole level is already down. That's the big advantage of earth bags, is the speed. I love cob, I love adobe, I love natural mortar. We do all of it here, but when you really want a wall to go up fast, you know, earth bags is really the way to go. Maybe you have the rainy season coming. Maybe you need a place to live. You don't always have, you know, all your whole life to make a structure. So the first level is down. They're packed in head to toe, nice and tight. And now what these lovely ladies are doing here is we're flattening them out into brick shape. We're just going to use our feet at first. Then we're going to take some heavy boards and just basically whack the crap out of them until they are flattened down into bricks. And then we're going to add another level. Okay? All right. See you in a sec. Okay. And here we are. 2.5 hours later. 3 people. Built the whole thing, put up 2 rows of earth bags and a center path. Now ladies are going around flattening out the second row. Shoveled out a whole bin full of compost here into the garden, and also we've got some ash and some biochar in there to get it started. So here we are. We were preparing to have some people here for a building workshop, agroforestry workshop, and now they're here. So here we go. We got some really good assembly line work going on here now. We've got Paul over here from Costa Rica by way of Ottawa, Canada, mixing up a fresh batch of earth plaster, which is nothing but clay, sand, and wood shavings. That big pile of trash back there is basically every plastic bottle we've accumulated over the past 6 years. And it's going in our walls. So what we're doing now is we've got 2 layers of earth bags up. I showed that in the last video. And we're going to layer on plastic bottles and then put on another layer of mortar. So let's check in with that next. It's a very simple process. Anybody can do it. These guys just showed up two days earlier, and they're already building. Hi, everybody. Welcome back. Okay, so here we are, stage, 4 or 5 of our building out our natural bed project here. So we made considerable progress because we had our team showed up after the big indigenous protest here in Ecuador, you may or may not have heard about. Got through several roadblocks. It was like about an 8-hour drive to traverse a 3-hour distance, but they made it. And here we are. So we've got 2 layers of earth bags up. We've put on a layer of mud mortar, and now we're layering plastic bottles on top of the mud mortar, and then on top of that is going to go another layer of mud mortar. So this is just to add height. Of course, you could build an entire wall with mud mortar, but as Paul is showing us over here, making mud mortar or cob or mud plaster or whatever you're making is extremely labor intensive. And a batch goes really fast. This was a big batch, and we're almost at the end of it already. So my favorite thing is to take all of the trash we've accumulated in the last 6 years. We've got a big pile of plastic bottles here we've been saving specifically for this purpose, and incorporate it into the wall. Now, I wouldn't do this in a load-bearing wall without a frame, put all of this trash in it, but this is just a very low garden wall. It will be perfectly fine. It's only going to be a couple of feet off the ground, less than maybe about half a meter or so, 3/4 of a meter. So, yeah, not too bad, you know? So this is where we are now. We've got the bed filled in with tons of excellent biomass, raked up leaves, chopped up banana leaves, ashes, biochar, chunks of burned wood, making a really nice fertile medium here to compost in place. And okay, let's check in with this in an hour or so and see where we're at. Okay, so welcome back. We've got our first layer of bottles down. We're mud mortaring over the top of the bottles. We splash them with a little bit of clay slip first. That's just a mixture of clay and water so that the clay and the plaster has something to stick to, because it's a little bit difficult to get natural materials to stick to artificial ones. So we kind of like trick the material by splashing clay slip on the bottles, and then when you stick the material on the bottles, it'll just stick a little bit better. I mean, it's not a huge deal, but it's just a nice tip. If you're putting natural plaster over wood or metal or cement, to brush it with clay slip first, just a natural mixture of clay and water. So that's where we are right now, just going around, mortaring around. This is very easy. And then next thing, we're just going to come in with one more layer of bottles, another layer of mortar, and then do a nice finish coat over everything.